sky streaked overhead with a flaming unidentified object, which happened to be seen by a couple. The wife thought it was a meteor. Kevin shook his head. Meteors don't fly that slowly. Before they could even react, it crashed directly into a mountain. Kevin decided to go investigate, and the two quickly reached the mountainside. Strange sounds came from the distance. As an astronomer, he was certain nothing on Earth could make such sounds. The two moved closer and saw that it was a massive spaceship. Kevin hurriedly took out binoculars to observe, and the ship's hatch slowly lowered, further proving the existence of extraterrestrials. Faith couldn't help but feel afraid. At that moment, aliens emerged holding weapons, and the two were instantly shocked. There was more than one alien. Kevin looked through the binoculars and clearly saw their appearance. He quickly lowered the binoculars. One alien had already spotted them. He urgently pulled Faith and ran downhill, while the aliens chased after them. Kevin quickly started the vehicle and fled. Soon the aliens began firing. Wherever the shots landed exploded. Kevin narrowly dodged the beams. The top priority was to inform the military. Even though they might not believe them, Kevin had to try. The couple soon arrived at the town's restaurant, where the sheriff was resting. They hurriedly told him what had just happened, but Haskin told them not to rush and to recount everything from beginning to end. Kevin said the unidentified flying object was in the Santa Mira Mountains. It looked like a burning beacon. Haskin had already learned about it from headquarters. A plane had crashed there, and the crew could confirm it. They had safely parachuted down. The Associated Press had released a report 20 minutes earlier, and Orson was the editor of that piece. Walker also thought it was simply a flight exercise. Crashing in the desert was normal, but what Kevin saw was not the Air Force. It was a spaceship. The aliens had even fired at them. They were a group of ugly, terrifying monsters. Haskin didn't believe them, seeing how persistent they were, and since he was heading to investigate the scene anyway, the truth would soon be revealed. They returned to the crash site, where the Air Force was already stationed, and a shattered jet aircraft lay nearby. A group of investigators was examining the area. Haskin introduced Major Whitmore of the investigation team to Kevin. When they shook hands, Whitmore's little finger stuck out. The two quickly noticed this strange behavior. Humans wouldn't do that, and Whitmore was very likely an alien in disguise. Kevin hurriedly said he might have been mistaken. There were no meteors, wormholes, monsters, or death rays. Whitmore did not pursue the matter further, and immediately took Haskin to inspect the site. As they walked over, an investigator pressed the camera shutter. The flash illuminated the alien's figure. They thought they had seen it wrong, but when the flash went off again, the alien skeleton appeared once more, and they realized these people were not human. The officer wanted to show them something else, but Kevin excused himself, saying there were matters at home, and immediately pulled Faith away to flee. Whitmore did not try to stop them. Everyone stared at them with eerie looks, and the couple seemed like two lambs waiting to be slaughtered. At that moment, Kevin quickly pulled the car over by the roadside where there was a public telephone. Kevin tried to connect to the FBI, but the woman on the line said the connection was down and that a service vehicle could be sent over. Kevin felt something was wrong and quickly threw the phone away. How could the aliens have infiltrated so quickly? Faith remembered that her uncle was also a radio operator. Perhaps they could get the message out. Kevin thought it was a good idea. He would find Orson and spread the news through the Associated Press. The car soon stopped outside Faith's home.
Faith, remember how we feel about each other. They can't take that away from us.
No, we won't let them.
They agreed to meet at the restaurant, and Faith reminded her husband to stay safe. Kevin arrived at the restaurant and told Orson that Earth had been invaded, that the aliens could disguise themselves as humans, and that camera flashes could reveal their true form, possibly related to the frequency of light. Orson still didn't believe him. If he released such a report, the Associated Press would fire him. Kevin kept pleading for Orson to believe him. The military might still be able to stop them. As he tried to continue, he sensed something was wrong.